Hey there guys, it's JP here and I'm back with another really quick Hearthstone video here just to show off this tempo rogue style deck I've been playing here. It's actually really fun. So let me just quickly find an opponent and let me show you how it works here and then I'll show you the deck. This is a really interesting rogue that I wouldn't say I concocted myself. It is based off the older tempo rogue decks. Uh, with a few tweaks here and there. So whoever came up with this deck, God bless him. I have no idea who did. I'm pretty sure I'm not the first one to come up with it.
Valera versus
And looks like we're up against a mage, which is actually a really bad matchup here.
Watch your
But as you can see, this deck does have some flavor in it. So let's see here. Yep. So as you can tell, this is not an all-in rush kind of deck. There is some late game as well. And looks like our opponent's still deciding what to do here. That's fine. God, I hate it when it takes forever. Alright, so let's go with the Undertaker turn 1.
You're dead.
Let's see if he frost bolts it. He certainly is thinking about it.
Oh,
I really like this card, the Undertaker. I think it's such a cool card to have. Got a 3-drop coming up here. This is so yeah, I'm guessing this is the freeze style mage here.
oh,
And the reason why I put it on this side is so that I can defender this too. Make them more of a threat.
the end is coming.
3, 4, 5. 5, 6, 7, yeah, that's fine, yeah.
My shield for Argon. I knew it.
Water Elemental is fine as well.
This guy's toast.
So let me see. Alright, so that was pretty much how the deck works here. It looks very aggro, but it's actually a tempo style. It does have some decent late game here, but that's pretty much how it goes. Against slower deck, it just runs them over. So yeah, here's how the deck looks like. It's 2 backstabs, a single cold blood, just for the extra reach with the what do you call it? The eggs here, the Nubian eggs. You have 2 deadly poisons, just for some removal. Yeah, this is not to be used as damage to face ever, unless he's in lethal range. Then by all means, if not, just the whole point of this deck is to basically control the board. The Undertaker, as you can see, the ultimate 1-drop, especially if like so many death rattles in this deck. The Blade Flurry, again with the deadly poison, is kind of AoE removal. Against Zoo especially, it's very strong. The Eviscerates, once again, used as removal. Don't use it for face unless he's in lethal range. A single Defias Ringleader, because I only have a single golden card Defias Ringleader here. I'm just kidding. It's actually because you don't really need too many of this. It's really hard to combo it out. But it is like the best turn 1 play with the coin. So that's something to take note of as well. We got the Haunted Creeper. It's just a really good solid 2-drop. And I believe Haunted Creepers run in most decks. The Loot Hoarders just more for the Undertaker and the card draw. So overall, it's just a really good card to have in this deck. It synergizes well here, and the drawing of cards help you maintain tempo. This is the only draw mechanic in the deck, just so that you guys know. The Nerubian Eggs, It's a tricky card to play around. Harvest Golems, another sticky minion. SI7 Agents is basically a 2-off in every deck for a reason. So, it's in here for a reason as well. It's just a really good card. In general, it's kind of like deal 5 damage in a way. And the deal 2 damage is always meant for minions. Don't ever hit it for face unless it's lethal once again. Dark Iron Dwarf is kind of a really strong tempo card in my opinion. You play it on a lower costing minion, it kills a bigger one, and then it kind of replaces the weaker minion with a 4/4 body. This also synergizes really well with the Neurubin egg here. Can just suicide it in. Personally, I'm not sure if 1 or 2 is necessary in this deck. I just put 1 in. Though you might want to fiddle around with 2 here. It really depends on your playstyle, I guess. The one that you would swap out, of course, is the Defender of Argus, but I really like the Defender of Argus. I think it just gives you so much value that it makes no sense to not put 2 in, but again, you can fiddle around with it. I haven't experimented much with the other way around. A single Azure Drake, uh, with the spell damage, there aren't many spells in here. There's only like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that can actually benefits from this. This is more for the tempo, because this is a tempo rogue. The card draw and stuff is very valuable. And the +1 spell damage with like backstab or eviscerate usually makes a big deal. We got the Lothap here. Lothap is in every deck basically. Even most rush decks run Lothap nowadays. Current has seen a lot of value nowadays, being that the Death Rattle minions just generally have a lot of synergy, especially with Undertakers and stuff. The current in for this version of the deck, which I wouldn't say created by my own on my own terms. I kind of made it up mostly, um, but I'm pretty sure someone has made this deck somewhere before. Um, so initially, I actually did have Current and Sylvanas. I actually had Fugan and Starlight, but they didn't synergize very well with this deck. It is too big of a loss of tempo here. Current and Sylvanas are bigger swinging cards in my opinion. So that's why Current and Sylvanas are here. They kind of just help control the board a lot better. They're very cost effective minions as well. They can trade usually 2, 3 for ones. Sylvanas, especially since it takes a minion. So if you place a big guy, you can run Sylvanas into it, steal it. Possibility there. Black Knight is once again is like a tempo thing. Now you could replace Black Knight with the Sludge Belcher right here, which I actually ran before. Sludge Belcher just uh, synchronize very well, synergize rather very well with the Undertaker, but I put in the Black Knight just because sometimes the taunts like against druids, they run things like the, let's say, Ancient of Wars. You don't see those nearly as much as you used to. So I guess the more common one would be something like Ascension, or maybe, let's see, the Sludge Belchers, or even like the, what's it called, Spectral Knights, which is right here. Nowadays it goes into the druid decks. You kind of put a taunt on it. It's really hard to deal with. The Black Knight is the solution to that. This comes out, let's say he goes first, this comes out first, you come out next turn, he loses tempo. And this deck is all about tempo, yeah. And then this final card, Ragnaros, I just put it in as a finisher. It's kind of a huge threat kind of card. Though I'm not entirely sure if it's viable. You might try Kel'Thuzad. This is pretty interesting here, the Kel'Thuzad. That is a pretty good option as well. Ysera might be a good substitute as well. If not, maybe Onyxia. Now, Onyxia has fallen out of style. It used to be in Control Warriors, but um, personally, I think there's a lot of use for it in this deck. I could be wrong though. Just because all those 1/1 whelps gives you quite a bit of tempo here. You can run them all into a big guy or whatnot. Or you can just stick with Ysera. Like I said, Ysera kind of It's a tempo card in the sense that if you plot it down, it's usually going to be at least a 1 for 1, maybe even better than that because of the huge 12 health. So you could actually take quite a few minions with it. Um, so yeah, let me just quickly run through some of the substitutes that I might consider for this deck. If you don't have the heavy I assume you have all these like normal and rare cards. The legendary substitutes here, Lothap is free, so you have no excuse not to have Lothap here. If you don't have current Sylvanas, Black Knight, or Ragnaros for some reason, you could put in things like more tempo heavy cards here. Things like um, Earthering Farseers to heal up your minions. Though I personally don't think it's worth it just because there's no way to kill it. Shattered Sun Clerics are pretty nice as well. You could put in Yetis to replace. Um, Maybe another Azure Drake or Faceless if you have one. If not, you can just put in Fugan and Starlight. Sludge Belchers as well. Those are basically the cards that you want to put. So yeah, that's all for this video, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this preview of my Tempo Rook, and I'll have another one for you soon. JP signing out.